A lot of people complain about there not being enough seating in EPCOT, specifically in World Showcase. And while, yeah, it could use some more seating, I bet you there are some secret seating areas that you just don't know about. And today, I'm going to show you. Hello everyone and welcome back to Raja Wishes. I'm Molly and today I am in EPCOT to take you around World Showcase with me and show you some of my favorite places to sit down. Now these are great when you have something to eat and you would like to sit down, or you're just tired, or it's hot, or some of these places are actually great places to take cover in the rain, which World Showcase just does not have a lot of them. So first up, we are going to head over into Mexico. A lot of people just see those stand-up tables and assume that's the only place to eat in Mexico other than sitting on the ground, but there's a better place. So if you grabbed a margarita or some tacos in Mexico and you're wondering where in the world you're going to eat these, instead of wondering, you are going to head right up to the pyramid, go up the stairs, and it's currently under construction. So if it weren't currently under construction, you actually used to be able to walk up in there and be on the side, but the other side is still open. So I'm gonna walk up there and show you that side. So if you head over on the side, there's more tables up here, as well as walls, but look, empty table, and all that wall space. So beside there being space up there with tables and the wall, there is also usually shaded on the sides of the pyramid. So it's gonna be a nice cool little break for you, and you get some of the air conditioning from the doors opening from people going in and out of the pyramid. So that is a lovely place to stop. I am walking through Norway and China, not stopping in those two countries. I don't have a super secret spot for you in those. So instead, we're going to continue on to Germany. Actually, I lied. There is one honorable mention spot before we get to Germany. When you are going through this Africa section, there are these tables with umbrellas, which make a good place to sit. So they also have these picnic tables over here with umbrellas, but I'm being honest, they're not the best at being shaded at most parts of the day. So the only caveat with this part is, as you can hear, there's drums that kids can play with. So depending on how many kids are playing with the drums, it can get a little noisy there, but it is a seat and a table, and it is possible to get shade there. But now into Germany. In Germany, along the water, there are benches and some picnic tables, as well as a few high tops, but the problem with this area is there's a lot of those white birds. So if you are like me and you don't like birds, here's a better place that often you get lucky if you just time it right. So if you walk back into the middle of the Germany pavilion, you're gonna see these tables and chairs. And most times they're gonna be in the shade during the day, plus you get a little extra air conditioning from all the stores surrounding it. So while there aren't any tables available right now, there is a few benches. And if I really wanted to sit down, I could have just waited for a few minutes, and I bet you somebody would have got up and I would have had that table. I always have really good luck there. Unless it's a super, super busy day at EPCOT, just a lot of people don't think to walk back in there. I don't know why, but it's a great little place to sit. All right, we are skipping Italy as well. Again, I don't have a super secret spot for Italy, although I do have another honorable mention. So right on the side of the gelato shop is this little tiny courtyard. It has places you can sit, and as you can see, there's some shade. And since you're surrounded by stone on three sides, you get a cross breeze. It's a nice little place to sit down, catch your breath, and cool off. Now, why did I give that one honorable mention? Because it's not the easiest place to sit and eat. I mean, you can, I've done it before, but it definitely is a good place to sit down, especially if you just have a drink in your hand and you need to cool off for a little bit. Now, onward to America. So in America, this is one of my favorite places to sit down. There is a covered pavilion directly right of the art store that is directly right of the American Adventure. Not only is it covered, so this is a great place to come if it's raining, But again, you get in a good cross brace right here. There's plenty of picnic tables. It's covered, and right behind me are some of the best bathrooms in World Showcase. They don't get super crowded, and not a lot of people decide to walk back here. Next up is Japan, and we actually are not walking too far to get there. So as soon as you exit America, you come to where they have the shaved ice and sushi. Now they have these high tables right here, but if you just keep walking around the corner, you'll see these stairs. And if you walk up them, there is a ton of seating up here that is covered with umbrellas. Not only is it super pretty up here, but like I said, look how shaded it is because of all the trees. And there's all of the seating up here. I can't tell you how many times I got sushi from that shaved ice cart and stood out in front in the blaring sun, having no idea that there were tables and chairs back there. So now you know as well. Next up is Morocco, which this is my favorite pavilion in World Showcase to sit down and find a seat. Even on a crazy busy day, you usually can find a seat in Morocco. And they have not one, but two really good locations. I'm going to show you a great place to sit down and cool off, and then a great place to sit down and eat that has tables and chairs. They do have these tables and chairs right out in front, but you're going to just keep going past these. They're in the sun, and usually people have already taken them because they're the first ones people see. So instead, you're going to keep heading back in here, and you are going to go into the Fez house. This is a great place to come into to cool off. They've got benches, it's covered, so if it's raining, this is a great place to come. And as you can see, hardly anybody ever comes in here. If you are feeling overheated and you feel like you need to cool off, this is a great place to come. Come in here, sit down, it'll get you out of the sun. It's cooler in here, and just drink some water. It will make a world of difference. I can't tell you how many times I have come in here in the middle of summer, and this has been my saving grace. All right, now on to stop number 2 in Morocco, which you can get to a couple different ways. You can go back this little alley, or we could have kept going that way as well. We'll come out that way. So if you go around this alley, again, not a whole lot of people back here, it will take you back into the sangria bar. So not only can you get some great sangria from here, but look, tables and chairs, semi-covered, so it's shaded, and there's hardly anybody back here. This is truly one of the best places to come if you are looking for some shade and a place to sit down in World Showcase, especially if you can just make it to Morocco. Like I said, not a lot of people bother to walk back into both of these places, and in my opinion, I think they're two of the best to sit down in World Showcase. And as you can see, it's just a big circle back here, so it didn't really matter which way you walked to get there. This was the tunnel that we saw at the beginning, and this is where the Jasmine meet and greet is. So if you're coming this way, you can also get into the sangria bar to the right of that. After Morocco, our next stop is going to be France. And this is one of my favorite pavilions in World Showcase. I love to get food from here. I love the baguette from my haul. I love the frozen slushies from here. Their festival food is, I don't know, I used to like it, but lately it's been kind of not liking me back. But overall, I love the France Pavilion. It's so pretty back here, and I'm going to show you one of my favorite places to sit down. So you are going to pretend like you are going on Remy's Ratatouille adventure. And you're going to walk all the way back here until you see the sign that says Ratatouille. But instead of going under this archway, you're going to turn left. And in the shade, tucked away, are these lovely tables and chairs. This is one of my favorite places to sit down, enjoy my slush. If I had gone next door to lay hall and gotten a baguette, this is a perfect place to sit and eat. If you grabbed anything from the festival booth, it's a perfect place to sit and eat. Or even just sit down and drink some water. It almost always has a table opened up, and kind of similar to the ones I showed you in Germany. If there isn't, just hang around for a little bit and it'll probably open up pretty quick. Next up, I've made it to the UK Pavilion. Now, a lot of people like to come and grab a drink from Rose and Crown Pub. I am one of them. And once you have your drink, you may be wondering, where am I supposed to sit? If you just keep heading back into the pavilion, this will open up into a really pretty garden that has benches. Depending on the time of day, some will be in the sun, some will be shaded, but they go all the way around this garden. This is a great place to sit down and enjoy your drink from Rose and Crown. Not a lot of people know that this is back here. I even didn't know this was back here until I had come to EPCOT a few times. So if you're noticing a theme, it's that there's a lot more in these pavilions than you would expect when you're just walking by. You really gotta walk back into them and explore, and a lot of people don't do that, and so that is why you'll find these little pockets of seating. Now that I've showed you where I like to sit in the UK, we have one more country left to hit, and that is Canada. And this one is actually even pretty new to me. Not only is this a gorgeous place to sit and they have tables, but there is a fabulous bathroom back there that almost no one knows about. Like I said, I come to EPCOT a lot. This is by far my favorite park. I come here the most of any of the parks, and I come to Disney World on a weekly basis. And I just found out about this area about 2 weeks ago. So when you get to Canada, you are going to head up these stairs like you're going towards the trading post. And you're gonna keep going up the stairs. And they also have a ramp. Go up another set of stairs.
No, like that truly sounds so.
And look, shaded seating. More shaded seating and a bathroom. They also have a couple tables with chairs, so you could sit here and have a very pretty view. Well, those are all of my favorite spots to sit down in World Showcase. Hopefully you learned about a few that you didn't know about, and hopefully this will help you on your next trip to EPCOT. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up for me. And as always, wishing you less stress and more magic. Bye guys.